Hi there. If you're building anything on the Ton blockchain, whether it's a Telegram bot, a DeFi dashboard, an NFT Explorer, or even a meme-powered dApp, you're going to need one thing: a solid, reliable, developer-friendly API. But here's the problem: Ton now has multiple APIs. And it's not exactly obvious which one you should choose. That's where this video comes in. Whether you are new to Ton and want a smooth entry point, working on an actual product and need rich data like NFTs or Jettons, or just exploring what's out there before choosing your stack, you're in the right place. I'm Tony the Cat, full-stack furball, blockchain explorer, and API snob. And in this video, I'll show you who's purring, and who's pretending to be useful. We're going to take a pause and look at 4 main APIs in the Ton ecosystem: TONAPI, sleek, modern, data-rich; Toncenter, the classic node API that's still holding the line; Tonkeeper API and Tonhub API, wallet-bound and more limited in scope. Now, let's be fair. Tonkeeper and Tonhub APIs aren't trying to be general-purpose dev tools. They're designed for wallet features and front-end integrations. But since they show up when you search for Ton API, I'll briefly cover where they fit, and where they don't. I'll compare them across 6 key points: how easy they are to start using, quality of documentation, token and NFT support, JSON clarity, need for API keys, project activity and support. So grab your catnip, curl up somewhere comfortable, and let's see which Ton API deserves your dev attention, and which one belongs in the litter box. By the end, you'll know exactly which Ton API to start with, and which ones might need a little more grooming. First up, getting started. Can I, a mildly annoyed but extremely qualified cat, make a successful API call in under 1 minute? No keys, no dashboards, no 12-step onboarding rituals. Just me, a wallet address, and my relentless curiosity. TONAPI, open the docs, copy an endpoint, paste a wallet address, and boom, JSON in the browser. No sign-up. No headers. No drama. I didn't even have time to blink. Beautiful. Toncenter. It also works out of the box, technically. But the docs are, let's say, minimalist. No examples, no try it, just raw method names. Like reading a grumpy engineer's notebook from 2020. Tonkeeper and Tonhub. Yeah, no. You'll need to request access, or at least dig around to even figure out what's available. These APIs are very wallet-specific and not meant for casual browsing. Not beginner-friendly, unless your idea of fun is hunting endpoints like hidden treasure. Alright. Here comes the data. Let's see who's really scratching the surface, and who's got claws. What is my verdict? TONAPI gets a full paw of approval. Toncenter gets a respectful nod and a sigh. Tonkeeper and Tonhub, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Next up, documentation. Because let's face it, even the best API is useless if the docs look like a time capsule from a forgotten testnet. I don't need a love letter. I just want to find an endpoint, copy a working example, and get on with my day. Ideally without Googling how to decode base 64 and 17 languages. Let's start with TONAPI. Right away, clean interface, clear structure, try it now mode, and actual curl plus JS examples. You want to check a wallet balance? There's an example. Want to list NFTs? There's an example. Want to admire how clean it is? Go ahead. I won't stop you. Then we have Toncenter. It works. In the same way that VHS tapes still technically work. There's a flat list of methods, no structure, and no try button. You'll need to open another tab just to understand what the method does. It's like being handed a screwdriver and no screws. Now, Tonkeeper and Tonhub. Their docs are, let's say, shy. You might find a public repo or a private Notion doc if you're lucky, but they're clearly built for internal integrations, not public devs. Navigating them feels like asking a cat for directions. You'll get a stare and zero help. Alright. Here comes the data. Let's see who's really scratching the surface, and who's got claws. What is my verdict? TONAPI sets the gold standard. It's like the stripe of Toncenter feels like it was documented under duress. The wallet APIs? I'll need all my 9 lives to finish deciphering those. Let's talk about tokens and NFTs. Because what's a blockchain integration without your favorite Jetton collection, meme coin, or pixelated cat picture? I'm looking for clean access to wallet token balances, NFT collections, individual NFT metadata, and ideally, no manual parsing. Thank you very much. Starting strong with TONAPI. You get token balances with full metadata, Jetton info, symbol, image, decimals, even price in ton, NFT lists per wallet, and direct access to NFT metadata with previews. I mean, it's almost like they wanted developers to succeed. Revolutionary, right? Toncenter, on the other paw, does give you balances. Sort of. You can fetch raw wallet data, and manually extract Jettons if you understand how token contracts store state. No metadata, no symbols, no icons. Just cold, hard cell data. Like trying to read a spreadsheet by licking it. As for Tonkeeper and Tonhub, they do give token info within their own apps. But as APIs? You're limited to what the wallet itself exposes, and good luck getting NFT data out of them. It's like trying to get sushi from a cat. You might succeed. But it wasn't designed for you. Alright. Here comes the data. Let's see who's really scratching the surface, and who's got claws. What is my verdict? TONAPI is clearly built with Web3 devs in mind. Toncenter gives you the Legos, but no instructions, and maybe no hands. The others? Great wallets, not great APIs. Nothing personal. Just whiskers level honesty. Let's face it, we're all gonna end up staring at JSON. So the question is, will the response help you? Or haunt you? I'm talking about field names that make sense, numbers that don't need decoding, and structures that don't look like a PhD thesis in bitwise logic. TONAPI delivers a beautifully structured response. Balance, clear. Jetton.name, readable. NFT.preview, actual image link. No hex blobs. No guesswork. No sudden urge to throw my laptop into the litter box. Toncenter. Yeah. Let's just say, numbers are in Nanoton, field names are cryptic, and you'll be dealing with base 64 encoded cells. In some cases it's not unusable, but it does make you feel like you're debugging the matrix. Tonkeeper and Tonhub? When you can access their data, it's usually shaped for front-end consumption. You get what the wallet needs, not what you, the dev, might want. Fine for UI rendering, but don't expect full metadata or deep access. Alright. Here comes the data. Let's see who's really scratching the surface, and who's got claws. What is my verdict or dict? TONAPI gives me answers I can use. Toncenter gives me numbers I have to Google. The wallet APIs give me existential questions. And no, I don't want to write a custom parser just to see my tokens. I have naps to take. Here's a simple question with surprisingly few good answers. Can you use the API without an API key? I'm not talking about pushing production traffic, just making a test call, right now, without signing up, verifying your email, and sending in a DNA sample. TONAPI lets you hit most endpoints without an API key. You can call /accounts/address/jettons, /NFTs, even /transactions, all wide open for GET requests. Want to fetch live data before deciding to integrate? You can. Want to play without giving your email? You can. Want to stay anonymous like a true blockchain cat? Absolutely. Toncenter is also open, no key required. You can call basic endpoints directly, which is nice. But good luck figuring out what half of those endpoints actually do. We covered that. Tonkeeper and Tonhub both require some form of key or internal access. Either you're whitelisted, working from their SDK, or building for their wallet. It's not plug and play, it's message us and wait. Alright. Here comes the data. Let's see who's really scratching the surface, and who's got claws. What is my verdict? TONAPI and Toncenter pass the can I try it before I commit test. The others? Not unless you're already part of their inner circle. And I don't do cliques. I'm a cat. Last but not least, project activity. Because no matter how nice your docs or JSON look, if the repo hasn't moved since 2022 and support is just an echo chamber, that's a red flag. TONAPI is clearly alive and purring. Frequent updates, active Telegram/Discord support, fresh docs, GitHub commits within the last few weeks, bonus points, they respond to questions from devs. I asked one. They answered. Respect. Toncenter is still running strong, and quietly. Active Telegram support, docs rarely change, GitHub's been a bit sleepy, but the service works, and it's trusted by many old-school Ton devs. Think of it like a stoic elder cat. Doesn't meow often, but still lands on its feet. Tonkeeper and Tonhub are very much alive, but again, they're focused on wallet app development, not external open-ended integrations. If you're building inside their ecosystem, you'll probably get what you need. If you're building outside, expect doors to stay politely closed. Alright. Here comes the data. Let's see who's really scratching the surface, and who's got claws. What is my verdict? TONAPI is sprinting forward, ears up and tail high. Toncenter is chill, but reliable. Tonkeeper and Tonhub, not for general devs, but clearly maintained behind closed doors. Alright, let's wrap this up. I've sniffed the endpoints, scratched at the docs, and batted every JSON response across the room, and here's where we stand. TONAPI, clean, modern, easy to start, rich data, tokens, Jettons, NFTs, prices, excellent documentation and support, works without an API key, verdict, built for real developers. Easily the most professional choice right now. Toncenter. Older but functional, raw JSON, no sugar coating, no docs for mortals, but rock solid uptime, verdict, if you know what you're doing, it works. If you don't, it teaches you the hard way. Tonkeeper and Tonhub APIs. Useful inside their own wallets. Closed, limited, not built for general purpose data access. Verdict, great for wallet teams. Not really open playgrounds for external devs. All cards on the table. Here's how they truly compare. So, if you're just getting started, building a dApp, running a bot, or launching your own NFT zoo, TONAPI is your best bet. If you're a battle-hardened Ton dev and enjoy hex dumps and minimalism, Toncenter is still standing tall. And if you're looking for deep wallet integration, talk to Tonkeeper or Tonhub, but know what you're signing up for. I'm Tony. I judge APIs so you don't have to. Now if you'll excuse me. I have a Jetton named after me to mint.